how did you make out with applying your hanging indent style to your design? Right now, I will, for those of you who might have some question, I went ahead and I did a few of the later paragraphs here with the hanging indent style, and I'm going to show you now quickly how to do the style for what I call the subhead. And so you can see more clearly, we're going to do a style for this item, low rates and fast answers, which is 5 words or so, and it's larger, and obviously the text is a serif font. So we're going to go and make that style and then apply it to this item and this over here. So I'll bring up the design again and go close up. And first thing I did, I had already applied the style up here to the hanging indent, and for these 2 lines here, which will be the 2 lines of this item here, these 2 lines I did as I'll put my cursor in there, and I did flush left, no indent. Now, in order for you to get the spacing for this, you go to the paragraph above where we're going to do the new style, and go to the paragraph formatting controls and go space after and watch until the baseline lines up, which we're going to do. Now ours jumped a little bit too far away, so I'm going to select this and delete the 0.5, hit return, and you'll notice that that puts the baseline right coincidental with the baseline of this part right here. Now I'm going to take, we'll go 4 words, and I'm going to hit return like that to separate that paragraph, because the paragraph underneath it, this is a paragraph here. This will remain the flush left, no indent. This one, which now has been spaced from the previous paragraph, this one is the one that we're going to make into a new style. I'll go close up so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to select the words, and I have to change the font. So I go to my character formatting controls. It's got to be a serif font, as you can see here, and I will go up to my font list, and I happen to see Times New Roman, which is would be close enough. So I'm going to click Times New Roman, like so. Now is your chance to use your keystroke in order to try to interactively enlarge the type. So go shift with your left hand, shift, command or control, period, and it jumps the type up 2-point increments. So right now we have it at 13 points. If I go up once more, it's going to go to 15 points, which is a little bit too big. When you look close at it like that, let's take a look. Yeah, 15 points is a little too big. So I'm going to select this and go up here and go down to 14 points. So actually right now when I'm looking at 14, well, let's just keep it at 14 points right there. So we have changed the font to a serif typeface. We have changed the size. As far as anything else goes, since it's only 1 line, I'm not too concerned with the leading, and in subsequent applications of this style, it'll be worked out. If it looks like the space has to be adjusted, we can fix that later on. So right now we have this, and we go to our paragraph styles box, and we click the new style button, double click the paragraph style name, and I'll just call this one subtitle. And you can call it whatever you want, just so it differentiates with, and I'm going to put in serif. So we know that this is a serif typeface for our subtitle. Whenever you make your style names, make sure it's something that you could recognize. And then we're going to notice down here, it's got everything we did, and we're going to click OK. So now we have this has been applied as a style. This style, it remains the flush left, no indent. This style, which is after it, is the hanging indent style. Now, without going through the whole document, let me just take you up to another place to apply here. Now, notice we have help make you the opportunity. This is 2 lines of that style. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 words. So let's just show you how this works. So let's just take this, and I'm going to click here and hit return. So I made a style. I made that into a paragraph. Now I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go 7 words. I'll put a cursor there and hit return. And then the subsequent following that is going to be like this over here. I'm going to do as the flush left, no indent. So this is flush left, no indent. This one here has no style so far, but let's make it into the subtitle serif, like that. So as you can see, we made it into 2 lines, and what happened is, as I suspected would happen, the spacing is not matching up to that. So here is where, if you'd like, you can go in and edit the style. Now, later on in this thing, let me just take a look before we go to any trouble. If we hide the design, this is only 1 line. And up here, we have only 1 line. So I'm really not concerned to have to go through all that trouble. So what we're going to do is, in the future, when you're working on your own brochure, it is important that I always recommend going to the longest piece of type and make the style from that. But right now, let's just show you how to use InDesign to adjust the spacing of this. And let me go Command plus, and we'll go up to our subject at hand. Whoop, undo. Right here. Okay, now up here, I'm going to double click this, select all, Command plus, goes close up, like that. All right, now, we want to make it a little bit bigger. Obviously, this appears too small compared to that. So that was 14 point, and let's go Shift Command period. That goes up to, that's 16 point. All right, now, what we could do is, and this is to show you what you can do with the styles. Let me go to the style attributes here. Now let me go to the basic character formats, and right here let me change it to 1516. That's 17 points, and I'm doing it in the style dialog box. All right, now the spacing, the indents and spacing. Well, over here you see the leading. So let's do it using the style, and this means